Hello students, let us understand what is buffer solution in this class. I hope you will understand at the end of this video, so watch it continuously. Let me teach you what is buffer solution and what is buffer action. What do you mean by the term buffer? The meaning of the term buffer, it refers the combination of one weak acid and its salt with a strong base. This combination acts as a buffer solution. Let me teach you what is buffer solution. What is the function of a buffer solution? In naturally, all the substances has one is acidic nature, another one is basic nature. So there are two kind of nature. All the substances exist in two kind of nature. One is acidic nature, another one basic nature. When you say acidic nature, its pH is less than 7. When you say basic nature, its pH is greater than 7. So based on pH scale, we can give the name of the substance, maybe acid or base. Now let's understand what is buffer solution first of all, to understand buffer action. When you say buffer solution is nothing but a weak acid, that may be acetic acid, whatever it may be, one weak acid plus its salt, that may be the salt with its strong base. For example, weak acid, acetic acid is a weak acid. Formula for acetic acid CH3COOH. When it reacts with a strong base NaOH, it produces a salt which is known as sodium acetate CH3COONA as well as water. Now the combination of these two, that is a weak acid and its salt with a strong base, that is NaOH, this combination, the combination of these two is known as buffer solution. Buffer solution. What is the function of a buffer solution? It maintains pH fairly constant while adding any acid or base in the solution. If you have buffer solution in your chemical, for example in blood also we have buffer solution. While adding any acid or base, acid in the sense H plus, base in the sense OH minus, while adding H plus or OH minus, with this combination, with this solution, it maintains the pH fairly constant while adding a small amount of acid or small amount of base. That is very important. If you add excess amount of acid, definitely there is a change in the pH. It decreases. While adding excess amount of OH minus, there is a change in the pH. It increases. Because while adding OH minus, the pH value increases towards greater than 7. I told you greater than 7 means base, less than 7 means acid. So while adding a small amount of acid H plus or small amount of base OH minus, there is no change in the pH. It maintains the pH the same. It maintains the pH in fairly constant. That is a function of these two, acetic acid and its salt with a strong base, that is sodium acetate. Like that we have for base also. Let me teach you that also. When you mix one base, weak base, the combination of weak base, an example for a weak base is ammonium hydroxide, NH4. OH is an example for weak base. When you mix this weak base with a strong acid like hydrochloric acid, you will get salt. That salt is ammonium chloride. Now the combination of these two, that is a weak base NH4OH and its salt with strong acid, the combination of these two, we can call it buffer solution. It is a basic buffer. Previously we discussed about acid buffer. So this is a buffer solution, the combination of a weak base and its salt with strong acid. When it reacts with its salt acid, it produces ammonium chloride, which is a salt. The combination of these two act as buffer solution. This also maintains pH fairly constant while adding a small amount of H plus ion or small amount of OH minus ion. So that is a function of this buffer solution. It maintains fairly constant. We cannot maintain the pH while adding excess amount of H plus or excess amount of OH minus in this solution. It maintains fairly constant while adding a small amount of H plus or small amount of OH minus. That is the meaning of a buffer solution. So buffer solution is a combination of one weak acid and its salt with strong base, otherwise weak base and a combination of its salt with strong acid. This combination is known as buffer solution. There are two types of buffer solution. One is acidic buffer, another one basic buffer. So this is a weak base, basic buffer, and its salt. So there are two types of buffer solution. I hope you understand about what is buffer solution. In our day-to-day life also, we are using this. It is there in our stomach, it is there in our blood also. It maintains pH fairly constant. In blood, we have carbonic acid. The formula for carbonic acid is H2CO3. It is a weak acid, and weak salt for this carbonic acid is sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. The combination of these two act as buffer solution. It maintains the pH fairly constant while adding a small amount of acid or base. Thank you for watching.